Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men.
Basically, if the guy is rich, what ends up happening is the lawyer contacts the person and be like, hey, you know, your name going to be all in the paper, so you might as well just settle out of court.
I can recognize talent. Even if I don't agree with the politics, a lot of the politics that was underlying in the show and some of the sentiments he was trying to share, I recognize artistry when an artist is present.
Yes, this is the definition of absolutely cooked. We'll never go back and take a look at her bad decision and take accountability for any of that.
Because there is powerful people in the industry, somehow there is a different law that applies to them. And I agree with that assessment.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close my ancestors speak, they tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak, until they think we are equal. Please, all I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their palms would bleed, begging that generations remember our story.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. I hope all is well with everybody in the building. Much love. I hope you ain't let the work week stress you out. I hope you ain't letting these bills stress you out. I hope you're not letting people stress you out. They want us to be depressed. They want us to be heavy. They want us to be consistently concerned about what life is going to do to us, how we're going to survive, how we're going to hold on, how we're going to make it through. But glory, praise, and honor to the Most High for keeping us this long. If you are above ground, you are truly blessed. I want to give a shout out to Arcana, Chef. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me from day one. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the building. You see the title, and we're going to talk about it here in a second. I got to give my flowers out. Always got to give my flowers out to the people who has always been doing their thing, especially the artists. Donald Trump is trying to censor everybody. The government don't want us to have freedom of speech. The government doesn't want us to be able to practice or express ourselves in no way. They're trying to shut us up. They don't want us to have no voice. They don't want us to talk about anything that is detrimental to our country or our community. They basically saying, pay your bills and shut the fuck up. That's all they're doing. And they shoving it in our face every day. Every single chance they get to silence somebody, they're going to do it. Not on this side of the internet. I refuse. I refuse 1000%. I will remain the outcast. I will remain the guy that nobody pays attention to. You can ignore me. You can be offended. You can feel like I'm a piece of shit. I don't care. I'm going to speak my truth. 100% all times. Whether or not this message reaches who it's supposed to or doesn't. I'm glad I don't have any ties or connections to celebrities. I'm glad I'm not fanned out. I'm so glad I am not affiliated with any big time streamers, because then I would be obligated or felt obligated to have to be political. Oh, you don't want me to talk about that? Okay. Hey, bro. I saw what you said about DDG. I saw what you saw. Can you kind of like take that video down? I don't want that type of press. I don't want that. I don't have those responsibilities. I don't have that pressure on me, and I'm grateful for that. I'm hella grateful for that. I don't want to be worshipped. I don't want to worship, and I will never worship or idolize a single human being. And this is a part of the reason why we are here today, because of idolizing and worship. We have a young lady who is no longer here on this planet, deceased, because of grooming, because of idolizing, because somebody failed. Someone failed her. Someone failed that man. And I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm hella angry because this little girl should still be alive. This grown-ass man should have been in jail. He should have been held accountable years ago. Why the fuck are we now just having this conversation? That shit don't make no sense to me. But we're going to address that here in a second. What I want to do, I want to bring something on the big screen for y'all. I'm going to let this run through just so y'all get some context on what's happening here. I'm going to give my feedback, of course. And I think it's important that we're transparent and we don't hold any punches back. We need to be open and honest about the wickedness that is happening all around us in this world. Like, the evil is there, it's present, it's all around you. Neighbor to neighbor, door to door, family to friends, everybody seems to be holding in secrets and skeletons. People are not who you think they are. Yet and still, we still find a way to ignore everything that is happening right in our face. With that being said, let me run this clip, and we'll get into the discourse.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and jump the gun on this one and say that this guy deserves the penalty. So for those of you guys who don't know, this popular 20-year-old singer named D4VD is about to be the prime suspect in the murder of a 15-year-old girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Mind you, this kid has been missing since she was 13 years old. And allegedly, these two have been in a yeah, this shit gets weird. This young girl's body was found dismembered in the trunk of the singer's Tesla, which was never reported stolen. This child and David had matching tattoos. There are unreleased songs that he made about her, explicitly saying her name. There's a myriad of chat logs between the two going all the way back to 2021. The chances of this guy not being at least involved in her disappearance and death is comparable to the chances of her not being dead in the first place. This young child, standing at 5 feet tall, weighing only 71 pounds, had her entire life ahead of her, and that tragically has been stripped away from her because of celebrity worship and the abuse that comes with it. At this point, we should all know that over 50% of the population are probably PDF files. In the music industry, the movie industry, politics, schools, church, no matter what space you're in, the chances of someone waiting to use their power to abuse your child are infinite. I just don't understand why it's so hard for people, especially in the entertainment industry, to stay the fuck away from children. When y'all are sending your daughters to these concerts and parties, please have that conversation with them to stop worshiping celebrities. These are not gods, they're not idols, they're just people. And most people really suck. And a very large portion of said people who suck are just straight up evil pieces of, like this guy. Gen Z, celebrity worship needs to end with our generation. Because this obsession and tolerance for weird ass niggas has been going on for centuries. From Elvis, the Beatles, and honestly every other band in mainstream music history. Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, maybe Drake. We keep repeating the same cycle of elevating people to godlike status, ignoring their missteps and often crimes, and letting their influence shape our culture, our values, and even sometimes our politics. And honestly, it's time to grow out of it. Admire talent? Sure. Respect the art. But blind devotion? That shit needs to end here. Rest in power, Celeste. I'm so sorry this happened to you. the more I think about what this situation truly is at its core, the more nauseated I get.
Show of hands. Was there a lie told? Did he make up anything that he said? Was anything that he said inaccurate? I made a post yesterday, and Squish Arcana, you can attest to this because we spoke about it. I was discussing the behavior patterns of specific Black women. One, Kayla, with the Chris Brown thing. And I believe in chastising those that you love. When you love somebody, you chastise them. Chastisement is not the same thing as critiquing or belittling or putting a person down. When you critique, that is an entirely different area. When you chastise somebody, you are trying to correct specific behavior that is destructive to them and potentially destructive to everybody else around you. That's why the nuclear household was always supposed to be super important. However, we are in a space in time where we don't want rules, we don't want boundaries, we don't honor code of ethics. Morality has dwindled dramatically, and the level of idol worshiping is astronomical. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I love my kings and queens. I love Black women. I love my human race. I don't like to see what you are doing, because what you are doing is bringing perverts. It is creating children that are going to look at your actions and your patterns, and they're going to mimic them, adding on to the death, the destruction, the pollution, the lack of education in school. It's going to create more rebellion. It's going to create more sexual immorality. Let me go ahead, use my platform, and just speak my thoughts. Let me just do me. Let me say, look, this ain't it. You can be sexy, you can be attractive, you can have fun, but is your version of fun going to be at the expense of someone else being scarred by your deplorable behaviors? So Miss Kayla Nicole is on stage half naked, pretty much having sex with Chris Brown on stage, and everybody seems to think that is okay, that is cute, that is fun, that's adorable. I personally don't believe that we should be embracing or advocating for more indecency in public. Some things are supposed to be private. And the reason why I bring up Kayla Nicole, for those of you who are wondering, what are you talking about? This is about something else. The reason I'm bringing that up is because guess what? Nothing but women under my post. Oh, you hate her. You just don't like women. You sassy. You gay. You this, you that. Right. Idols. Your worshipers. People who look at these folks like they are something more than what they are. They're fucking human beings. They're human beings that have money. They have money. They got more camera time, and they have the eyes and the numbers to substantiate their claim to notoriety. You take away the money, you take away the red carpet, the movie roles and all that shit. They're just regular people like the rest of us. But for whatever reason, y'all seem to continuously treat these people like more than what they are. And the only thing that I can think of is the reason why people do it is because you operate under the same ideologies that these people do. You model the same level of characteristics that they do. Because there's no fucking way in the world that you would be okay with your child. If you got any common sense, you're not okay with your child gyrating and being half naked on stage, pretty much embarrassing your family. That's your last name. That's your legacy. Do you raise your kids to be hookers? Do you raise them to be prostitutes? Do you raise them to be gold diggers? Do you raise them to hate men? Do you raise them to hate men, women? Like, what are we really talking about? So you're fighting and crashing out in the comment section. Oh, you this, you that. You doing all of this shit for somebody who don't know you. They don't like you. They don't respect you. They don't hang out with you. They don't talk to you on a regular basis. You don't know nothing about them other than what they put on TV. Y'all inflated their egos. We are the reason why they are where they are. They did the music. They put in the work to get that place in position, but you are the ones ultimately that put them in them houses, put them in them cars, put them on the billboards. This gentleman right here, I don't even know who the fuck he is. No idea. I never heard of him before. Never. Until I started scrolling Instagram and I started scrolling TikTok, and then I'm like, oh, okay. First of all, who the fuck spells their name like that? Secondly, I haven't even listened to a single song. I don't know if the dude good or not. I don't even care at this point. What I want to know is, based on the story, this man has been dealing with a 12 to 13-year-old. A 12 or 13-year-old. Where was mom at? Where was dad at? This child should still be alive. How did we get to a point in life where we just don't have any rules? Like, everything is no holds barred. I don't want my children watching or listening to no fucking Future. I don't want my children listening or watching no fucking Sexy Red. I don't want my children watching Cardi, listening to Cardi, playing Cardi. I don't care. This shit gotta stop, man. What was this little ass girl doing listening to this dude? What the hell was this little girl doing having access to somebody like that? How does that happen? Who dropped the ball? I need answers. Because here's the thing. Like, you don't have to agree with me. You can think I'm tripping, I'm crazy, I'm hating. I don't give a fuck. I care about the fact that a little girl is gone. And all of this could have been avoided if people weren't so blind by celebrity. If people weren't so blind and so consumed by money. The mother failed, the father failed, the community failed her. children should not have access to this type of content. Like, if we being completely honest here, no children should be having access to the type of shit that is being consumed in 2025. What are we even? That should even be up for debate.
What's that? You fucking idiots! You're all fucking idiots and you fucking suck!
You got a problem with adults saying, look, if an adult wants to listen to this, you can listen to it. Even though I know the music is toxic, the music has subliminal messaging in it. It's corrupting people. It's mood altering. It's spiritually making people sick. It is not what you think it is. It's fun to listen to. It's fun to drive to and bump in your car. But look at how the world is. People are dead or in jail over music. How many rappers, how many singers, how many artists do you know are in jail because of their lyrics? But y'all say that shit don't have an impact on people. Chris Brown can fuck every single one of y'all girlfriends. Chris Brown can probably fuck some of y'all wives. And this nigga is just a regular human being. He just got money, he can dance and shit. But because of the positions he's in, most human beings don't have no motherfucking code of honor whatsoever. Y'all just don't give a shit. Y'all don't care about nothing. You don't care about diseases. You don't care about spiritual sickness. You don't care about spiritual warfare. You don't care about generational curses. You don't care about nothing. You horny, you want dick, you want pussy. That's all you care about. That's all you care about. Even if it comes at the price of sacrificing your own soul, you go so far to step on people, to stab folks in the back, to lie on them, to set them up, rob. These people that y'all constantly be fighting for and arguing for, these are the same ones that's laughing at y'all. Laughing like shit, all of them. I don't respect none of them. I don't respect Jay-Z. I don't respect Beyonce. I don't respect none of them. Because guess what? None of them people really fuck with us. They don't. You are responsible for the monsters that we have. Us as a culture. Not a specific race. Us as a culture. We're responsible for this. We don't have communities no more. We don't have neighbors no more. We don't have tribes anymore. How does a little girl meet a singer and have so much access to a grown-ass man to the point to where he can not only take her out and do things with her, but he got time to groom her. He got time to do all of these intimate things with her under the eyes of two grown-ass adults that are supposed to be responsible for her upbringing and her development in life. This young lady had the potential to be whatever she wanted in this world. It was taken from her. It was stripped from her. She didn't even have the opportunity. Why? Where was the conversation at about knowing the difference between dealing with strangers and dealing with people that are there in the right ordinance to make sure that you are okay, that you're safe? Where is the confusion at? They discover her inside a vehicle that belongs to this gentleman. Imagine being a parent. Imagine being a parent. Your child disappears. You have no idea where she is. You've exhausted every option that you possibly could to find your child. And it's hopeless. It just seems like nothing is giving way. It just seems like and then out in the blue, the very person that has something to do with this shit is most likely going to be somebody that you listen to on the radio, you listen to on Pandora, you listen to in your car. The very same people that you love and adore, the very same people that you give all this life to and all this support to, is the very same fucking person that is responsible for the disappearance of your kid. But y'all want to be all up in the comment section. Oh, you just hating. You just hating. You just don't like the fact that they got money and shut the fuck up with that shit, man. I get so fucking tired of you. Like, a lot of y'all, man, get on my fucking nerves with this shit.
The fool? Why I gotta be the fool?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a fucking idiot. I'm sorry if I'm not that dumb. I'm sorry. I see through the bullshit. I see through the bullshit. None of them people like you, man. They like you because you fund their lifestyle. Most of these people are perverts. They're sick. They're freaks. They sleep with children. They touch on innocent people. They raise them and turn them into fucking monsters. You don't see what's happening. You don't see the urgency. You don't hear the cries. You don't hear the cries from your kids. You don't hear the cries from the community. You don't see people in anguish. You don't see people looking for help. You don't see the sickness, the darkness that's around us. Do no one care about it? Oh, I'm supposed to just fit in. I'm just supposed to conform to everything that you want me to conform to because it's the cool thing to do. It's okay to allow people to be pedophiles, and it's okay for adults to be able to go out here and sleep around with whoever they want, even though they're passing STDs to everybody, breaking up homes and families. It's okay to support people who rig the system to keep them in positions to stay wealthy while the rest of us struggle. Oh, I'm supposed to just be okay with all of these little idiosyncrasies, right? Shit is backwards. This shit is absolutely backwards. Yeah, we have a big problem. A huge problem. The fact that nobody really seems to care about any of this to the degree that it should be is astounding to me. We already know how Sean Combs gets down. We know how he gets down. So do you think that it just stopped at Diddy? You think that was it? You think he's the only one? We still waiting on Epstein files to come out. The level of normalcy, I can't get down with it. I don't even understand how we are making any of this shit acceptable. Nothing about death is normal, especially when you're getting cheated and robbed of your life so early. There's nothing normal about that. There's nothing normal about a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass man touching on children. There's nothing normal or honorable about displaying or carrying yourself as an adult out here in public like a degenerate. You don't get cool points for that. That's not popular. That's not hip. 13, 12, 13 years old. They just finding her. And this whole time, the body, you I don't know how I would react. I really don't know how I would react to that shit. I would have probably went to jail. You find your child's body in the trunk of someone's vehicle, it's definitely going to be a wrap. Ain't no talking. But see, people like me, what do I know? I'm just a random person on social media who's talking about something that is pretty much being discussed all on social media. Everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody has a voice. Well, what's going to change after this? Really? So Trey Reed gets hung. Nobody knows nothing. Charlie Kirk gets assassinated. Jimmy Kimmel gets kicked off of his show. A manager gets beheaded in front of his kids. Nobody has yet to spoke about that. I haven't heard a single word about that. All of this death, all of this anger, all of this resentment, all of this bitterness, all of this envying, all of this competing. Why do you need to compete with anybody? Why are you jealous of this person? You're 30, 40 years old arguing with somebody in the comment section about an opinion that they have about your favorite celebrity, or like, what the fuck? And then a lot of you will be the same person that will defend them even after you know they're guilty. That shit is crazy to me. We're in a time where we need to pray. We need to be consistently repentant. You need to watch your neighbors and your friends. People that you think are your friends, you think they the love of your life and all that shit. Okay. Keep on putting all your trust in human beings. I don't trust a fucking soul. I don't trust not a single soul out here, but a handful. And that's even that. I don't trust nobody. Because when it comes to money, when it comes to lust, those two alone will make just about anybody backstab you. The levels that people are willing to go to get their nut off, metaphorically and actually figuratively. Yeah, there's no metrics to that. People are willing to cross some real hardcore lines to get that dopamine hit, to get that attention, to go viral. Most people don't even care about the fact that this dude did what he did to her. Most people don't even give a fuck about the shit that your favorites are doing anyway in general, because you are a part of that problem. Like, most of us are living in the same sins as the ones that we hold up here. A large majority of us. That's why you connect with them so much. That's why it's so easy for you to be okay with turning your eye to it, because you are just as guilty as they are for doing some of the shit that they're doing. The market is wide open. It's open season for everybody. If you like to get peed on, there's a market for you. If you like watching shit on the dark web, there's a market for you. If you like arguing with men and women, there's a market for you. Am I lying? Tell me when I'm lying. The children today don't have no respect for adults. None. Every word out your mouth is bruh, bro, shit. You don't have absolute. There's no decorum whatsoever. Your kids are bullies. The suicide rate has gone up sky high. Kids are killing themselves every day from cyberbullying. They don't feel loved at home. All type of shit. Because one generation failed to break the generational curse, and they passed it along to another innocent generation that has to carry the burdens of their fathers and their mothers. Give me one explanation as to why this went on so long. This girl was missing for years. This man got lyrics within his content that expressly exposes him for having connections to her. He's been seen with her. The parents, I don't give a fuck what you tell me. The parents, you knew that she had some type of relationship with him. You couldn't have been that neglectful. Well, let me rephrase that. You're pretty neglectful. A lot of y'all sold your children to R. Kelly. A lot of y'all sell y'all children off to famous and rich people. There's a market for that shit. There's wealthy people out here that are harvesting kids, human trafficking, all this shit. All this shit is happening on this planet Earth. We just don't always see it. It doesn't get exposed. It does not get discussed a lot. Too many distractions. Too much propaganda. Too many agendas. Too many personal agendas designed to keep us detached and separated from each other, allowing the enemy to infiltrate our households and create further severance between everybody involved. Mothers are rejecting their daughters. Daughters are rejecting their mothers. You're allowing musicians and basketball players and football players to raise your kids. TV is raising your kids. Social media is raising your children. Everything they need to learn about life is on TikTok, it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. What are we talking about here? But y'all don't like hearing critique. You don't like being chastised. You don't like being corrected. I guess nobody is wrong. I guess nobody is ever wrong. I guess nobody makes bad decisions. I guess we all are perfect. We're all perfect. We don't make mistakes. None of us got a rap sheet. When we go before God and he pulls up our life, I guess all of us just making it into happen. Most of you care more about your shoes. Most of you care more about your devices. Most of you care about your clothes, your TVs, your cars. You care more about looking good for social media than standing up for what's right and wrong. Our country is fucked up the way it is because we don't give a shit. The world is the way it is right now because we don't give a shit. You'll have a trash can right in front of your house and still dump your shit on the side of the road. Y'all be having your kids in TikTok videos twerking and shit on them. Y'all be prostituting your loved ones out on social media for clicks and views. But I'm a hater. I'm the problem. Y'all don't want to have these type of conversations. You just want the gossip. You want to hear when the next Cardi B album is coming out. You want to know when the next y'all only care about that bullshit. You don't really want to deal with what the government is doing to us, raising our taxes, how they don't give a fuck about the homeless or the environment in general. Y'all don't care about topics like that. You want drug talk. You want pillow talk. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we really doing here? I do want to acknowledge the men and women out here in the world who have establishments and infrastructures that facilitate healthy growth, where they actually deal with the community, where they're in the field, when they oppose the oppressor. Salute to them. They don't get enough love. They don't get nearly enough attention. The only time we come together is when there's drama. That's it. Drama and pain. It seems like we are addicted to that. Extremely addicted to it. That's baffling. 13 years old. How does somebody go that long without any type of investigation? Like, I want to know, is this about privilege? Because of who he is? He just gets to skip the line, and he gets to. It's no different than the shit with Megan Thee Stallion. Yep, I said it. This is why I be having an issue with a lot of people who consider themselves fans. You will be okay with indecency, with murder, with drug selling. You will be okay with the poisoning of the community. It's okay if a person lied on somebody and got them sentenced for life because you like them, because you want to be accepted by them, because you want to be a part of a community. You want to be so accepted by society that you'll even turn on the innocent person. You know, and I know that Tory Lanez is innocent. You and I know that this man should have been in jail and in handcuffs years ago. There's no fucking way 2 years go by. There's no real investigation surrounding him. He's not a primary suspect. How does that happen? How does that work? Y'all just be letting people get away with shit. We are the problem. We are 1000% a part of the problem because you honor a code that doesn't benefit anyone but the criminal. The snitch code honors nobody but the one who is doing wrong. How does any of that shit make sense? You know how many people are walking these streets right now, kidnapping, trafficking, tricking, robbing, stealing, burning down, hanging. You know how many people out here right now are committing some of the most fucked up things that you could ever think of. And they're doing it at the expense of our silence. I don't agree with everything that Charleston White say, but there are some things that he says, and I'm thinking to myself, yep, you are so fucking right. We are fucked. We are 1000% fried. We don't give a shit about nothing. We don't honor nothing. Our ancestors, they turning in their grave. Little girls should be dressing like little girls. They should not be wearing skirts and crop tops. They should not know the whole album. It's no fucking Ice Spice. Boys should not be on Facebook holding AR-15s, pretending to drive by in cars. That's exactly why the educational system is so fucked up. This is insane. Absolutely insane. And I don't understand how nobody sees where this is going, what this is about. Spiritual warfare is real. Demons are real. Angels are real. Heaven and hell is real. Whether or not you believe in it or don't believe in it, I believe in it. I believe in God. I know Jesus Christ exists. There's no way in the world you're going to tell me that Satan has not infiltrated the homes and residences of a number of us. A lot of us have been lied to. And we're spending eternal damnation in a place where we wish we could never be. We wish we could start over. There's people right now that wish they could start over, that they made different choices, that they didn't listen to this person and they didn't listen to that person. It's not a joke. There's nothing funny about it. I'm not trolling. I'm not antagonizing. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm dead ass serious. There's people in the hill right now that wish they would have lived a different life. We got to do better. We got to do better, man. Stop getting offended over people's opinions. Stop getting offended over people who got nothing but the best intentions. You got folks that literally use social media to help and to heal. And then you got panders and you got grifters. Folks that are just here to play on your ego, to play on your pain, to play on your emotions. They don't want nothing from you other than your time and your monetary gain. That's it. They don't really care about you as a human being. There's way more panders and grifters on social media than there are actually genuine human beings on social media. What altered your mood today? What made you angry today? What made you pick up that cup of coffee? What makes you so upset when somebody makes a comment about a singer or a rapper that you don't like? What brings you out of your character so much that you'll go out here and risk your freedom for someone that you didn't grow up with. Y'all niggas be going to jail over people who write music that is designed to alter your personality. And if you don't believe it, ask the large number of black men who are in the ground. Ask Lil Durk. Ask King Von. Ask Pop Smoke. Ask them. Ask all of them. 13 years old. The man even got a tattoo that matches her tattoo. And then on top of that, matter of fact, hold up. Let me do this real quick. Then I'm gonna give my final thoughts on this whole shit. Hold up. There's another clip I want to share. And this one was interesting to me. Hold on. All right. This gives some more context. I don't think I actually addressed this part, but I want to before I actually head out. Shout out to everybody that pulled up in here. I appreciate y'all. This Friday morning. Let me see. I'm gonna run this real quick. I'm gonna give my last thoughts on this. And yeah, let me see. All right.
Evidence just came out on David again, but it gets confusing. First, LAPD did go and search David's house late Wednesday and left with a computer and several evidence bags. You see this video, everyone is saying Celeste. It's a different Celeste. This Celeste is the 13-year-old that's missing, right? This Celeste at the bottom is the one that y'all keep seeing in the video. The page that blog pages keep showing that he follows. The one that was in these photos. I guess he hung out with a grown girl named Celeste as well. But the Celeste that ran away at 13, he posted songs on her birthday. And this photo with Hello Kitty slippers matches the missing report description of Hello Kitty sandals. Then you got this where that is her forehead. So it's like, so we have messages, multiple images of him with the young Celeste. But also there's as of 2024, he was with the older Celeste a lot of the time. This is giving me the biggest headache in the world. I incline you guys to please stop sending me screenshots of stuff.
So let's do this. You want to know my theory here? He met another young lady that had similarities to the 13-year-old. Same name, same build. And this is just my theory, of course. But I believe to cover up what happened with the 13-year-old young lady, he used this one right here to make it look as if he was dealing with her and not that one. Like he's trying to cover. When a person is really trying to get away with some shit, they will absolutely go through hell and back to do it. And I believe this was probably his way of masking what really happened with this young lady. This shit is fucking tragic. It's sad as fuck. And I need to hug your loved ones closer. And you need to be in more contact with them. You need to, whatever Like, if y'all got beef, squash that shit. If y'all ain't that close, fix that. If you suspect people around you of being weird and funny, you better not ignore that at all. Don't, because all it takes is you ignoring that shit one time. You're gonna wish you didn't. My heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to the friends, to the community. Let justice be served here. Let us use this situation, this tragic situation, as an eye opener. We've gotten too comfortable and we've gotten too desensitized. Way too desensitized to this stuff. This shit should not be normal. Never. I'll never think anything about this shit is normal. Lock his ass away. Throw him on a matter of fact. Can we get some more cases reopened? Because I'm pretty sure there are more people involved in this, not only this, but in other cases where a lot of your favorites are on some shit. Yeah, I better stop with this, man. Stop babysitting these people, man. Stop babysitting them. They're grown adults. They live out. They live foul just like a lot of us. They're not perfect. But nigga, they're not perfect. No way in the world I'm about to sit up here and idolize and worship a single soul on this planet. You didn't give me life. You didn't develop me, my character, my personality. You didn't bring me through hell and back. You didn't see me in my dark days. You wasn't responsible for the smiles and the joys and the experiences and the moments that I had in life. You didn't protect me from the unseen things. I love y'all, man. I got an issue with some of our behavior and our ways of thinking, but I love my pews. Later on tonight, 8 p.m., I'm going to speak on the shooting of 5 police officers. 5 police officers shot, 3 of them dead over a warrant that was sent out because the guy was stalking his ex. That's later on. Hopefully I get to kick it with y'all later. If not, I hope you have a blessed day. I'm about to go back in this laboratory, get some more work done. Thank y'all for hanging out. Like, share, repost. Let the people know that there are still some platforms on social media that are not politicized or policed. And yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. Oh, do me a solid before you go, if you don't mind, to just help the algorithm put some respect on my name.
What's the goddamn button?
Peace.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin made me rip bones. But no matter how close I, my ancestors speak, they tell me they're tired of them praying on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I've surpassed peak, until they think we are equal. Please, all I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until